This is Sarah from Sarah's Emporium, here to do our monthly pick a card reading. I'm going to be doing a, face reading, and also what we're going to be doing differently is that we're going to have 4 piles here today. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And we're going to be focusing on January and the following year. So we're looking at 2022, and we're going to be seeing what different things we have chakras, we have garden dragons to help, cultivate what you need to be working on, something that you need to be focusing on. Themes, there's going to be love. There's tarot, which are the fairy cards, and then I also have clarifying cards, the mermaid deck. I like it that they're flashy. Kind of hard to see. I got a lot of lights going on right now, so I like that they're flashy. It's kind of like New Year, might as well have something flashy, and the fact that they're small too. So why don't we get into well, let's have you take a moment and pick your deck. Okay, so again, we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. All right, so welcome pile number 1. So for anyone who was pulled to this pile, let's take a look and see what next year is going to be bringing you. Now, it's only going to be a general. It's not going to be everything all at once, because I still like to do the monthly readings, but it's going to kind of give you an idea as to what to look forward to in the coming year and the next month. So let's take a look and see what the theme is. Everybody seemed to, when I was pulling these out, everybody seemed to have gotten like 2 cards. So I'm using the, this is the postcard from the Liminal Space Guidebook. It's so bright. I'm probably not even this white, to tell you the truth. But anyway, so that's what I have. You could see it in the and where the cards are. So your theme for the year is: a magician is only as good as their tools, and the dream always comes disguised as the nightmare. So you're going to be learning new trades. You're going to be learning that you have a gift, and you're going to figure out what necessarily your tools are, and you're going to have a little bit of like despair happening. I don't want to say it in a rough way, but right here, dreams always come disguised as the nightmare. So you're going to be disheveled. So it's kind of going to be like the story of my life. When COVID hit, I was faced with the fear of, if this pandemic was like the plague, the Black Plague, will I have a chance to actually fulfill my dreams? So that's when I decided to leave my cushy management job and pursue opening up my own store. It was a big deal, and it was a nightmarish thing to think about, and so, but in reality, this card pretty much states that dreams always come disguised as a nightmare. So it's still a bumpy road. We're still going through it. It's definitely something that is not an overnight sensation, but that's for you as well. You're gonna be going through a bumpy time, in the middle of whatever, and you're going to realize that it was like a blessing in disguise. I think that's basically what it comes down to. You're going to have a blessing in disguise. You're not going to realize it, and you're going to be working with what you love to do. And you're going to figure out that the tools that you are, that you know how to use are going to be very important to you. And it doesn't necessarily mean the tools of carpentry or anything like that. It could be pen and paper. You might know how to write really well, and you have the opportunity, or even like spell check someone, you have the opportunity to continue on with that particular trade and practice. All right, let's see what you're going to be cultivating for the year. And we have this cute little peapod dragon, and you're going to be working on getting more organized. So it says organize. I'm going to read through the book on a lot of these things, just because they're I mean, it's a dragon. He's a little peapod. Doesn't give me much room for distinguishing. Maybe like getting all your peas in a row. That's really all I could see. There is a snail here, and so it's going to be a slow progress, but you're going to be getting organized for sure. I always forget how this one goes. Peapod. Okay, organize. Alright, what are you doing with your time? The peapod dragon shows up when things are a bit messy or scattered. Have you caught yourself worrying about things growing out of control? Do you have enough time to balance business with self-care? If your answer is anything other than of course, time to get yourself better organized. Write out all the things you have to do in the day and make sure self-care is on that list. Now arrange those tasks into groups of similar things and make sure you lay out a timeline that you can stick to. Use this to plan a party, arrange a meeting, and even organize a march. When you're actively take charge of your time, you find more time for all your activities. So yeah, so you're going to be getting more organized. And I find it funny that it said that you're going to, arrange a meeting. So there's a lot of good stuff in there that you just need to prioritize your time, Sorry, it's been very dry in my house, so I apologize if I take drinks here and there. It's better than coughing everywhere, I guess. All right, let's see, what chakra is going to be needed for the year? I'm sticking with the year on most of this just because it's a good generalization of what you could be, focusing on. So we have the Mother Earth, which is the first card of this whole deck, and that is the Earth Star chakra. And Mother Earth is such a great thing to have. So I'm just gonna skim through a while. The one that nurtures, feeds, supports, grounds, and protects us at all times. By connecting deeply with her, you will be open to receive her powerful qualities. Earth supports every single step you take in life, and it is always there to catch you when you fall. You're being encouraged to take a moment in nature and tune into your heartbeat as you feel the love that she has to offer. It is now time to open and receive a blessing from the Divine Mother Earth. Allow her energy to fill you up, refresh you, and wash away any fears or stress you have been holding at this time. You may have also called this card in today because you are currently working on healing issues you have with your own mother or yourself as a mother. Know that healing is here, and it is now time to open your heart and receive the love of the earth. So you're going to be working on a lot of like grounding. If you have to patch up anything with your mother or your daughter, son, whatever, or just with yourself, you're doing a good job, and you need to make sure that you are telling yourself that you're doing a good job, you're doing the best you can. The kids don't come with a manual, you know, so we have to do the stuff on the fly. And know that your mother, the same thing, you know, we don't, and the kids aren't all the same, you know, they're all their own little creatures and they have their own little habits. And, you know, we don't know until they start presenting us with, you know, the things that they like to do. So just give yourself a moment to know that you're doing okay and you're not the only mother who's fumbling through it. I mean, every mother is, because every child is different and no one can really say otherwise. You know, we have people who think that they know what they're doing, but it doesn't mean that they really know what they're doing. They're doing the same thing that we all end up doing. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a look at your empowering card for this month. This is the Sacred Rebels deck, and you have relax and hold, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. All right, so very, very interesting. She's a woman who's kneeling on a tree stump that's been cut, but it looks like it's regrowing, and the power is, or the energy is swirling all around her. So she's gaining the strength of the tree. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Intriguing. Intriguing to say the least. Let's see. Okay, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You're being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into a great heart of the universe, so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us, more quickly, more radically, and more beautifully and boldly. Okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense for me. You have to so for this month, this year, however you want to look at this, you're going to be having to let it go. And what I mean by having to let it go is whatever control you think you have in this whole scenario is not, you don't. You know, you can plant the seed and ask for, you know, help and guidance and everything else, but in the end, you are not the one who is going to be fulfilling it. Like, but it says relax the hold of darkness, which makes me think of fear. It makes me think of the what ifs and the I wish I coulds and the, you know, and all the other stuff that you're just like, well, maybe I'm not good enough for this particular thing. You know, let it go. Like, let that, relax that hold of those moments, of those self-doubts, and then be at cause. So be at cause is to think beyond that. You're going to be, nah, things are going to be okay. Things are going to go all right, but it's going to take time. You know, like this little snail here, he's like, yeah, man, we're going to be good. We're going to organize. We're going to get ourselves under control. We're going to clean the clutter, because energy doesn't move very well in like different clutter scenarios. So like what I have back here, this is a clutter, you know, blah. It's a mess right now, but it is also, it reminds me of like Einstein's we have creativity. And so that's my pile of geniusness that, you know, I leave that stuff there so when the spark comes, you know, I have her in front of me. But it's not like my house. My house is clean. Like I have a little bit of clutter on the table, but other than that, counters are clean. And it just helps things flow a little bit better. You know, everybody's a little bit different on that, but when you clean and you declutter and you organize, things will come your way. So keeping yourself attached to that fear and that, you know, the what if and can I really let it go story, you need to really let it go. So yeah, so that's that. So when it comes to love, we're looking kind of in the year. This month is going to be like the catalyst to the rest of the year, and this will help bring forth, you know, the attitude that you need to be bringing towards this year. So with this love card, it's going to be only time will tell. So if you already are in a relationship, then you're fine. If you are looking for more in the relationship, then time will tell. Same with not being in a relationship or wanting a relationship, only time will tell. It's not something that you need to be worrying about right now. It'll come when it comes. It'll be the last thing that you need to be worrying about right now. Reality, you know, it'll be, and there's nobody else here. It's just her. She is, she has her own heart in her hand, and she looks very content. She looks very happy. There's, you know, little butterflies kind of swirling around her, swirls all over the place. You know, she's very happy with where she's at. Doesn't mean you're not going to find love, but it's not something that you need to focus on. You know, you don't need to put any extra energy on that right now. We'll see what happens during the year. This isn't the end all, so things can change, things can happen. All right, let's take a look at the tarot. This is just going to, the tarot, I think we're going to just mostly focus on the January. I don't want to think too far ahead. I think these are enough cues for what the year has to offer. So in January, we're going to be looking at a few different things here. So we have the Nine of Autumn, the Three of Spring, and the Prince of Winter. And the Nine of Autumn is the Nine of Pentacles. And you can see the fairy here is, you know, surrounded by fruits of the harvest, and she's playing on her harp. And it says, reward yourself for all the hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherish your time alone. You might not be self-employed. It might just be that you are, you have finished the year very strong. So you're going into this new year, this new month with high expectations, a high, you know, you made it through. So now you have the chance to relax. I find this was probably more geared towards people who are in, this is like peak season right now, seasonally. And then when January comes, it kind of like, you know, quiets down just a little bit. And, you know, people are just, they're just filling time with random stuff before the next holiday. So I think this is just a time for you to relax and be proud that you finished up. And yeah, and just take the time to be alone, and maybe if you can swing a vacation. So then the Three of Spring, that is the I think this is the Cups. So this is Three of Cups, which is really cool. This is also another celebration card. Plan your next steps with an eye on the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Okay, maybe this isn't. Okay, now I'm confused. And I didn't pull. And I didn't pull the book out because I didn't think I was going to need the, I didn't think I'd need the book because the words are on it. But here we are. Okay. So, spring. Okay. Spring. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so it is wands. Completely wrong. Because I thought that was kind of weird. Like, plan your next steps. That makes me think of the wands. And, so yeah, so it's still pretty good. Plan your next steps with the eye on the long term. Have patience. There is more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So again, you're still playing off of, you know, you've succeeded, and now you still need to be thinking towards the future, which, you know, falls into the organization, letting go of restrictions, pretty much restrictions in your brain. And, you know, and then we have the Prince of Winter. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. So this again falls into the dreams always come disguised as the nightmare. So you're going to be needing to get your stuff situated, and something's gonna happen pretty quick next month. I don't think it has anything to do with your job. It might have something else to do with, you know, a hobby that you have, or just maybe unexpected change might be maybe you will be able to get that vacation, you know, before the next holiday, you know. So, all right, guys, that's it for you. Pile number 1. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing and or sharing with friends. I activated my listing on my website for tarot readings. It wouldn't be a video reading, but it will be a reading that is emailed. And so anyway, so that's up on my website. My links are all at the bottom of the screen. And I'll see you all next month. All right, bye. All right, hi, pile number 2. This is your January 2022 reading with hints of this year's reading coming up. So we're going to look at a few different things. I have I pretty much established in pile number 1 how I plan on doing this. I've never done a yearly before, so this would be kind of, you know, kind of like a yearly. So let's take a look and see what what the main focus is for you. Okay, so you're wanting to live a fantasy. That's kind of interesting. So we have a person here who is, I mean, not a person, but there's a vanity here, and there's a wig and some makeup. So you're going to be living a different type of role. You might be even going and doing like a lot of online social media stuff. So there's going to be you behind the camera and you in front of the camera. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what it has to say a little bit more. Living a fantasy is very, very vague, but to the point in a way. Okay. Fantasy adds a certain levity to situations that require grand measures. The magician understands the value of creating an environment to facilitate an experience. However, the safe use of fantasy requires that it yield to reality whenever necessary. Okay, so yes, you're going to need to be an illusionist a lot of times, but then you're going to also want to make sure you have a grasp on reality. Like, you know, not everybody lives in a mansion, right? We don't perceive ourselves to live in mansions on a regular, but you can play like you have the money and whatever. You know what I mean? Like you can manipulate, but don't get too caught up in the illusion yourself. You know, I mean, people are going to know who you are in reality anyway, so why would you want to fake it? You know, so fantasy's okay, don't push it. All right, let's see what you're going to be cultivating and growing this year. And it's okay. It's the Zucchini Dragon, and he is diversify. Okay, he's cute. He's cute. He's got a little bar fry right here, a moth, probably a moth. The Zucchini Dragon, diversify. All right. Being overly focused on one thing may not be your best bet right now. The Zucchini Dragon is a reminder to expand your realm of influence. Being an expert at one thing may not be enough in the current climate. When you can expand where can you expand your talents? Can you upgrade yourself by taking a class that helps you stretch yourself, diversify in what you do? So again, the whole playing with fantasy and also reality, that's actually pretty decent. You know, do you have something that you wanted to work on before? Is there another hobby that you have that you just, you know, or something that you want to learn that might go with what you already are working on? You know, it's good. It's good. All right, so the chakra for you for this month is to balance. So diversify fantasy, and now, you know, a lot of balance. Like you need to focus on working with both things at the same time and not, you know, one versus the other, you know, having one that's greater than the other. You don't want that. So I'm not even going to read the book on that because it's pretty much self-explanatory. The only thing is with the yin yang, normally there's a little bit more going on in here. So I think it's just a full on, not a little bit of this and a lot of that. It's 50-50, like there's no gray in the middle. Okay, so you have to diversify, but make sure you are balancing it out properly, or you're going to end up burning yourself out. All right, so this one is, gosh, I just said the Sacred Rebels Oracle, and so this is going to be your, like your power card, something that you want to be working on, and it's follow your own rhythm. Excuse me. All right, and you can see the woman, she is dancing, and it looks like her dress is swirling. So let's see here. Okay, this oracle brings you the special message that you cannot miss what you are destined for, nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. Trust in the life cycles within, and you will feel the perfect balance between effort and surrender, discipline and letting go. So again, balance. It's going to be a lot of balancing out, and you know, and spreading yourself out, but not too thin. Got this weird 1920s thing going on with my hair today. Sorry. I should have put a clip in it. I don't think it would be this crazy today. Okay, sorry about that. All right, what are we looking at with love? This is a, what did I say in the last pile? This is something like to look forward to for the year, but not something to like hold yourself to. So all this stuff, obviously, balance is going to be key for you this month. And in a relationship, in a love relationship, it says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed in this very moment. So whatever you have going on with your beloved, your significant other, or a family member, friends, whatever is going on, take that moment to sit down, have a conversation, or just go through like a healing moment with them, and and just share the love, share the light, and know that you're going to go through and you're going to work through it, whatever situation's going on. All right, so now let's take a look at the month. So this is just basically the month ahead. We have the King of Spring, the Wheel, and the Emperor. Okay. So the King of Spring, that is the King of Wands. He's like the mini Emperor. So this is very powerful this month. It says financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your cause could be coming into light. The Wheel, delays are over. Sudden and unexpected good luck. A new car or travel. It's kind of going in with the whole windfall thing. And the Emperor, use logic, structure to increase your success. Get organized and firm but compassionate leader. So again, where are we at? We're here. We have organization is going to be very helpful. Follow your own rhythm really leads me to believe that it's going to be leadership. You're going to have a role that only you are going to be the one to fulfill. It's not going to be like you're going to get a lot of people underneath you. Sometimes it's just going to be you. You're going to have to be your own leader. You're going to have to work through this whole scenario. And it's going to be good. If you can get yourself organized and you can give yourself a a good schedule of balancing things out, things are going to work out really, really well. This is just like a prelude to the year, but this is the month ahead in January. So you're going to be, you're going to be in some sort of leadership role. It might even be a organization. It could be something that, they need help with. There's a lot of like different groups and stuff that need support. You can be that person to help organize and, get the ball rolling. And it's going to be coming together with that. So, yeah, it's going to be a great month, and it looks like it's going to be a great year. The biggest thing that you need to worry about is getting organized and being balanced, like knowing where the cutoff is, where you need to be, and it'll fluctuate often. But when you figure that out, and once you start to realize that you can't burn yourself out all the time and you can't be in your fantasy all the time, then it's going to work out really, really well to make things happen. Absolutely. So I'm going to just do my little spielio. This is pretty much it for this reading for pile number 2. I'm so sorry, I just went completely off course here. And if you guys liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe and share it with your friends. I've opened up my listing for readings again. They are not going to be like video interactions like this is, but they are like through email, and so I can't really video. You can only send over so much on email. But yeah, so if you want a personal reading, feel free to reach out to me that way, and I'll see you all in the next month. All right, bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your January 2022 reading. This is also a prelude to the month, the whole year. And so we're going to take a look and see what your theme is for the year. And it is Tribe of Dreams. So it looks like you're going to be working a lot with a lot of people, a big group of people. I'm just going to take a look and see what they mean in particular. So the byproduct of healthy interdependence and cohabitation so successful that physical forms can be transcended to allow for simultaneous exploration of the higher self's master plan. Some assembly is required. So yeah, so you're going to be working with a larger group of people that have like the same mind frame as you this year. It looks like it's going to be a work in progress, again, with the assembly required kind of thrown in there. But it's going to be a great bond, and you're going to really find your soul tribe. You're going to really find people that you connect with, that you can, talk with and have an openness with them, that you be free to speak your mind and not feel that you have to zip it every time, someone comes along that you're not sure how they'll take your conversation. So yeah, that's great for the beginning of the year. Let's take a look at what you'll be cultivating and growing this year and what you need to be working on. He's my favorite. He's my favorite dragon because I love coffee. So he is the coffee dragon, and he is all about energy, which makes sense for a coffee dragon. They need, I need coffee on a regular. So let's see what he has to offer us. The coffee dragon is not always friendly and it prefers to agitate and stir things up. One nip from this nut brown creature can stimulate the blood to a pleasing level of activity, but too much can cause heart palpitations along with the vague irritability. When this dragon turns up, you should look at your own energy levels. Do you need to kick it up a notch, or is it time to chill out? So give me 1 second. I have to see what my little pupper's barking at. That my puppy was barking at nothing. Probably a mouse farting or something like that. All right, so back to the coffee. I know I read it and I already forgot. I have such a short-term memory. So it definitely has something to do with irritability, and here we are. So when this dragon turns up, you should look at your own energy levels. Do you need to kick it up a notch, or is it time to chill out? So yeah, so that's it's pretty much like reminds me of balancing between two things. So like with the whole assembly required with the Tribe of Dreams, you don't want to exert too much energy looking for this tribe. You want to keep an eye on your energy levels this year, this month. It's going to be vital for you to, yeah, you're going to want to, I think that one's going to actually be stated a little bit more as we go on. So we have for your chakra for this year to be working on and with is your inner child. And the inner child, this is your heart chakra. And You may feel drawn to go and see a healer, or to simply take some quiet time to engage in a inner dialogue with this part of you. Whatever is required, know it's a powerful time of healing and breaking free from these old restraints. It's time for you to set your inner child free and allow this aspect of you to feel safe, loved, and heard. It is time to be fully engaged and present with your inner child, to allow deep connection and healing. Love, love, love is key. It is also very important to allow your inner child out to play. Life has become too serious and we forget to play, create joy, and have fun. When was the last time you played and felt like a kid? What does your inner child want to do? Go play on a swing, dance, paint, go to the beach. It is time to let your inner child express him or herself with play and joy. So you're going to be asked to be more innocent. You're going to be wanting to let your inner child out, and you're going to want to incorporate that in with your group of people. And it's going to be that simple. You want to be free with these people. You want to be innocent with these people. There's no reason why there has to be hardships and tolls every time you turn around, right? So let your inner child out and have some fun, you know. Life is too short to be grumpy and eating coffee all the time. All right, so this is going to be your vibe for the month and for the year. Power of Attraction. It's such a beautiful card. There's two people who are kind of interconnected, and it's very interesting that there is the like the honeycomb shape in there, and then we have it looks like it would be elemental, but there's a lot of interconnection between two people. Power of attraction. So there's going to be a lot of like-minded people that are in the same wavelength as you. This is the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. So we have, this oracle comes with you a special message. You have recently completed a cycle, excuse me, or level of manifestation and are transitioning into the next level of experience. Like a big fish leaving the small pond and the feeling like a rather small fish in a big pond, there will be some getting used to it time needed as you find your way. This will add to what you have already done and bring valuable expansion to your realization of your abilities, as well as many new relationships and opportunities to help you go further on your journey. So this is just reaffirming you're going to find your tribe, and you're going to find your attractions, and they're going to be like-minded as you are, and it's going to be pretty powerful. It's going to be a huge energy shift with you. It's going to be almost like, the light bulb went off and you're just like, yeah, we're hanging out more. We're going to be hanging out a lot more, and it's going to be pretty amazing. Love for the year, year is this is just kind of like a vague, a nice little crossover. It's not set in stone. None of this is set in stone, and you can always alter and change your reality when it comes time. It says, "My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time, nothing is missed." So this could be someone who has recently, you know, left this earth plane. It could be someone that's just, you know, a little bit further down. Could be someone that actually, you know, is on doing a tour in the military, something like that. But know that love is always there and love is always around you. And, you know, you will become one again, you know, as time moves on through space and time. Say time very loosely. I don't fully believe in time because time is always changing, whether we like it or not. It's kind of like a human concept. We need to label things, and so we pretty much put like a mathematical, you know, piecing out the pie of a 24-hour time span because that's how long, you know, it takes for the Earth to rotate. You know, so if we think of it as day and night and all that jazz, doesn't necessarily mean too much to me when, you know, 1 second, you know, it could be 8 o'clock at night and the next second it's already like 12. Like it doesn't, you know, it's like, really? But then other times it's like, it's 8 o'clock, it's 8:15, it's 8:30, it's 8, you know what I mean? Like, so time is kind of a touchy subject, and I fully believe that reincarnation and other dimensions can intertwine as well. So I don't feel whatever this is, if it is someone that has passed and you are missing them dearly, just know that you will see them again. Maybe not in this particular lifetime, but you know, in the next time around, you definitely will. All right, so this month, what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so we have the Ace of Winter, the Eight of Summer, and Balance, which is normally the Temperance card. I would have laughed my head off because pile number 2 had balance pretty much the whole way through. So that would have been funny if they picked that one up too. Ace of Winter. Winter is like the swords, and the Eight of Summer is I don't want to get it wrong. I believe Cups. Because I got spring wrong. I'm don't want to mess up the next one. Summer. Yep, Cups. And then Balance, which is the Temperance card. All right, so we have the Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by changes along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So this is generally like the spark. This is the thought. There's a hand holding up a sword with a crown on it, and that's kind of like the light bulb of tarot cards for me. So there's going to be an idea that's going to be sticking with you, and I really feel it has something to do with being a part of a community. You're going to have an idea to get people together, and it's going to be very significant for you. The Eight of Summer, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Again, that could be your spark. That could be, you know, the light bulb that there is more out there, and you're going to be finding a way to get to it. You know, so yeah, that actually is not, it's not even that, it's not a bad card at all when you think of it. If you have something that's going to be more fulfilling to you, then you're better off working towards that. Excuse me, I don't think that you should be giving up on what you're working on right now, but putting more energy towards this goal of the tribe and it being like a part-time thing for now would be a good idea. Absolutely. And then balance. Take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There is no need to rush. Yeah, that's pretty much a good thing. Like, have a part-time thing going on. And then when it becomes, more relevant that you need to be doing this more often, then yeah, absolutely. Take your time. Balance it out. Put a little extra energy into the whole scenario. Yeah, and just remember to have fun with it. It's not supposed to be hard. You're not supposed to work hard on it. Your inner child never worked hard. Your childhood never worked hard. And if you did, I'm sorry. There had to have been a moment of at least a little bit of, fantasy and fun times. So I don't feel that the idea of getting together with a group of people, like-minded people, is a bad idea at all. This looks really, really good for this year coming up and this month coming up. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this reading, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Hit subscribe. I try to put out one of these readings once a month. And yeah, and if you want a personal reading, I actually opened up my listings on my website to do readings, personal readings. They're not like these. They are just through email, a nice typed out thing with a picture of your spread. And yeah, so that's all available on my website, and all the links and stuff are down below. All right, and until next month, I will talk to you all later. Okay, bye. Right, high pile number 4. This is kind of brand new for me. I normally just do 3 piles, but we are doing a 4th pile this time around. This is for January 2022, and it is also like the prelude to the year. So we'll get to see a little sneak peek as to what you should be focusing on, and yeah, so let's take a look and see what your theme is for this year. And it's going to be God is a Goddess. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It looks like this is one of those fancy tiles that they have. They had like in the early 1920s or whatever, like the art deco era, like a mandala. But then it looks like there's something happened to it, like kind of got wiped out there. So let's see what God is a Goddess. So let's see what this year's theme means to us with this. Like light and dark, and the separation of the God and Goddess is illusionary. This language has been passed down to describe a phenomenon that gives animation and form to our world. A father and a mother a father and a mother are the God and Goddess of their prodigy, and the distinction between these energies are simply as the roles played in such fundamental creation. You are the highest force in the universe to any living thing under your care, just as you are under the care of higher forces. The energy of the God and Goddess are archetypal, but the forms they may embody are varied as the vessels surrounding you. From the escally gentle to the unfathomable brutal, anything made manifest in our physical reality is the work of the God or Goddess, which may or may not be you, but always could be. This is a very long explanation, so sorry. To believe there can be beauty, love, and creation without destruction, chaos, and death, to cast one as divine and the other as maleficent, malevolent, ensures the alienation of opposites that fundamentally require each other for wholeness. Okay, so I'm going to say, what am I going to say? I'm going to say that you are going to be looking for wholeness. You are going to be looking for the glue that keeps things together. There is, it's true, universe really isn't, a man and a woman. They're literally one particular thing. They don't split into two. Universe, source, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't split down in the middle, if that makes sense. So yes, when they meet together, they are whole and they are one. And that's what you are going to be striving for. You're going to be striving for being whole and at one. You're going to be at peace with yourself this year. That was a long explanation for that, but we're going to take it because sometimes we all need that little lesson. Okay, so what we're going to be cultivating this year, what you're going to be cultivating this year is the watermelon dragon. And he is for success. So the watermelon dragon is success. That is awesome. I love watermelon, especially when I was a kid. So congratulations. That project you've been working on will get the go-ahead. This dragon is a harbinger of well-deserved success. Sometimes you have been fostering, something that you have been fostering will gain popularity. This is a sign of approval from the universe. You should be ready to strike when the iron is hot. This card hints that timing is very important. Don't delay your enjoyment of the sweet flavor of triumph. So be on your toes to fulfill this project and this endeavor that you are on. It's going to become more important than what you thought. So your chakra is going to be grounding. So you're going to be looking at needing to give yourself some time and space. And I really feel that meditation is going to be key for you this year coming around. Grounding, as you can see, the tree's roots are going in the ground. And excuse me, the whole idea of grounding is to get yourself back to a stable ground, to be able to think clearly without having your head in the clouds. And when it comes down to going forward with your wholeness and your success, you need to have a level head. You need to be humble with what you're doing. So if you're in the clouds and you're flying high, then you're not going to get, you're not going to be fulfilled in what you are doing, because you're constantly going to be running and running, and you're never going to find your wholeness. So with that, definitely meditation and grounding. And then the focus for the year for you is to focus on the light. You can see this woman, she has the light in the sunflower. The sunflower reminds me a lot of the sun card. Which is very, very warm and bright and happy and successful and, all the good stuff. This oracle brings an assurance of success of the highest order, not just commercially, but from the heart. It will manifest as the highly valuable offering to the world. This applies to a project, an endeavor, or organization in which you are involved. Your heart will help you realize which group or project it applies to. It may be more than one. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point with what you want to create and why, and stay true to yourself. So focus on the light, focus on grounding, and you're going to find that success is going to be very much available to you. What this is the love card. This card is kind of like a prelude to what the year is going to be like, and not just the month. So sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So you're going to have a sweet union with your partner, and it's going to be more than just a physical connection. You're going to feel very deep. It's going to be like kismet. It's going to be meant to be, and you're going to, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You know, and I just want to okay, that was weird. That could have been my dogs. I do apologize. That just was really weird. Just want to point out, though, that these readings don't necessarily mean tomorrow. They don't necessarily mean that, you know, you're going to be looking for this. You have to be aware that you will find your eternal love, but it's not going to be something that you need to be looking for. Okay, so I just want to put that out there, and I apologize. I thought I heard something, and my dogs have been going a little crazy, and I don't know if it's because wildlife or whatever's out there, but I just wanted to take a moment and listen, and that threw me off track, so I do apologize. All right, let's take a look at the month. This is what this month is going to be bringing. So we have the Prince of Summer, falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. And this kind of this plays a lot with what I was just saying about there's going to be that moment, but you need to be grounded. You need to be you need to not be head over heels over this situation. The Prince of Summer can be kind of aggressive with his love, you know. So take it easy, stay grounded, stay focused on your light, and you know, and moving on. So we have the Five of Spring. Opposing goals arise from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So, overly ambitious people thinking that this is the eternal oneness with the soul, you know, and it ends up not being. I see really, like, even with this here, I feel like there's like this weird love triangle going on. And so I really think that you will find this union, but it's going to be a little bit messy, especially in January. Excuse me. It's because then you have the Lovers, true love that is long-lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So there's going to be a little bit of a conflict in this relationship. So I really don't even think this has any, when it comes down to all this, God is a goddess, wholeness, oneness, being one in this triangle of relationship. Pay attention to the light when it comes down to this. Basically, this is a relationship reading. It's what it's turning out to be, especially in January. But stay focused on you, on your goals. You're going to be successful with what you are doing, but your personal life is going to be a little bit rocky. But in the end, you're going to figure out who is your, your true love. And then the other person will just have to deal with that. But, don't lose your head over it. Don't get overwhelmed. Get yourself centered, stay grounded, and and enjoy the light that everything is bringing you in this particular moment. But yeah, be on the lookout for this weird love triangle thing going on, and try to keep yourself out of the mess as much as possible. It's a fight between them. It has nothing really to do with you in particular, but you will make the right decision when it comes down to it. Just, be with yourself and be proud of yourself and your expectations. Don't falter. You deserve the best, and if that one person can't help you with what you deserve, then they don't belong. Okay? And words are cheap. Actions speak louder than words. So just throwing that out there. Like, if they really are doing something about it, and it doesn't mean like fawn over you and buy you crap and, all that stuff. If they're being responsible and they're taking care of their stuff and they can't see you that one time, then it shouldn't, that should be an indication that they're responsible and they're actually willing to, make do with the means that they have available to them. So, yeah, but that's it for this reading for this month and the beginning of this year. If you like the reading, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to. I like to put these videos out every month. I'm probably going to slim it back down to 3 piles. And then, but anyway, but if you'd like a personal reading, you can reach me at my website, which the links are down below. The readings aren't like these, like, the videos. They are emailed to you with a picture of your spread. And yeah, so that link will be available as well. And I will talk to you all in the next video next month. All right, bye.